Welcome to online learning at the BAC. Today we're going to talk about the first steps you need to take when you're an online learner at the BAC. We use a learning management system called Moodle, and today we're going to focus on three essential questions when first accessing Moodle and trying to learn online. Those three questions will be: I signed on, what do I do now? What should I focus on first once I get inside of this website? And how do I find discussions, assignments, and other basic features? Let's take a look at these one by one, and I'll show you where to find them in the interface. First, I signed in. What do I do now? If we look over here at the interface, if you go to online.the-bac.edu, you will find a sign-in screen. Once you sign in, this will be the initial screen. We'll call this the main course screen. On the main course screen, you're going to find all of your courses that you're active in blue here. And those are the courses you can currently go into, even if the course has not begun. These are made available by the instructor. So these are all available to me right now. This is the one I want to go in and check first. And that'll probably be my first step, is find a course I want to go into and then click on it. You'll see something like this. It might be more developed, have more words, less words. These blocks may be a little bit different looking, but generally speaking, the format of this is going to be content over here, and these are kind of the assisting blocks over here with side tasks that we'll talk about in a little bit. So that question, as we framed it for you, is what should I focus on first? Well, let's talk about your syllabus and your announcements, which are going to be either up here in this top block, or they're going to be over here on the course resources block, or a combination of the two. Those are two things you really need to check as soon as you go into the course. The syllabus is where all of the content that your instructor wants you to know before the course starts will be hosted. So if we click on this, we'll find a file has been downloaded, and if you're on Chrome, it'll look like this. You click on that file, and what will pop up is a syllabus. So it will tell you information such as the instructor's contact information, which will be very important for later on in the course. It will also talk about the basic recommended software, course content, and probably go into what you'll actually be learning and standards for the course as far as what they expect for attendance and that kind of thing. Most questions about the course, at least before the course starts, can be answered here. So before contacting your instructor with questions, make sure to check your syllabus. The next thing we're going to talk about is announcements. This is also a place where instructors will contact students. If it's a fully online course, this will probably be the main place in which your instructor will contact you. Before the course, this is a great place to check what kind of communication has been already sent to students. And this is kind of what it'll look like when you click on it. For example, some instructors might have a week 1 announcement. If you click on that, it'll kind of give you some instructions for what to do for that first few bit of the course. If we want to navigate back to the course main page, we'll find the short name here, and we'll click on that, and that'll take us back to the main page. This blue here indicates that this is the current week, and if it's not a current week, it'll indicate in white. If you've already passed the date by which this module opens, and right now we have, today is July 20th, so we have passed that July 18th day, and that means that not only will this text show, this introduction text, but also the activities. It's important to know that if we have not passed the day that's listed up here, for example, today is July 20th, so we have not passed that July 25th point, all we'll see for those weeks is simply the preview content. We won't see any of these activities that are underneath, which is really where most of the learning exists. So if you don't yet see these activities, it means it's because you have not passed this day as far as the calendar and as far as what your instructor wants to release for you to see. The last thing I want to talk about, and the third question that we talked about in the first part of the video, is how do I find discussions, assignments, and other basic features? So these activities down here will probably be labeled with if they are discussions or if they are simply material to be read. And the language that's normally used is lesson or discussion. And also you can tell by these icons. If it's a paper like this, it usually means something that could be simply read. If it has these chat boxes, then it's something that's more social, like a discussion or a conversation. So those are basic key things to look for when you're trying to understand what do all these pieces of content mean. They're icons similar to you might see in an interface like WhatsApp or on any instant messaging service as well. At the end of this video now, we're going to give you some more choices for other things to dig into, now that you feel comfortable with the basic navigation in the course. So select one of these options over here on the right to learn more.